Let's look a little bit more on cell references. If you have worked with Excel, you must be familiar with the fill handle. Fill handle is a small black box in the bottom right corner of your selection box. Let's say you have a sequence of numbers in a column. You can use the fill handle to fill additional columns with the remainder of the sequence. You must be aware of this already. Now, how does it work with formulas? Let's say you have a formula in cell C1 to calculate the sum of values in cells A1 and B1. If you wish to apply the same formula for the remaining 4 rows, we could simply drag the fill handle down and Excel will automatically update the formula in these cells, but use the respective new cell references. Excel copied the exact formula but replaced the cell references with the new ones. That's called relative cell referencing. Remember, you don't always have to use the fill handle. You can achieve the same result by simply copying the formula from one cell using Ctrl+C and pasting it in the other cells without having to use the fill handle. This is how you should copy formula if you want to in the exercises section, as you don't have the fill handle there. At times, you may not want Excel to automatically update the cell references. Let's take a look at another scenario. Here is an example of a salary spreadsheet of a team. Rows 1 and 2 provide information about the team and their bonuses, and rows 5 to 12 provide information about employees and their salary. The total salary of each employee depends upon their salary, their personal bonus, and the team bonus. While the salary and personal bonus varies, the team bonus remains the same for all employees. To get the total salary for the employee in row 5, we would apply the formula C5 plus D5 plus B2 in cell E5. If we copy the formula to the remaining rows, we will see that Excel also updates the address of the fixed row B2, which doesn't help us. In our case, we want the first 2 parts of the formula, which is C5 and D5, to automatically update for each employee, but we want the value for B2 to remain the same for all employees. So how do we get that fixed? To prevent Excel from doing so, we must use the $sign before the fixed value. Prefix the dollar to the row number in the cell address that we don't want Excel to change. The $sign tells Excel to not change the value automatically when I copy my formula. Now, when we copy the formula over, we see that the reference to cell B2 in the formula remains unchanged. Similarly, when we copy formula across columns, you must prefix the $sign before the column name. If you want the cell reference to remain the same across columns and rows, you must prefix the $sign before both. That's absolute referencing. Now let's practice these in exercises.